Hey guys, welcome back to the I Am Her podcast. I am your host, Ashley D. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about life with a DUI. If you or someone you know is going through a rough patch because they have received a DUI, or if they've already been through some of this but they still need some help getting through it and getting past it and moving on with their lives, I strongly advise you to either advise them or advise yourself to seek counsel or a support group. If that's not the route that you would like to take, I do suggest talking to a trusted family member or a friend. But I did receive my first DUI May 2017. I was out drinking and partying with some friends. I had 2 shots before I left home and 2 drinks while we were out. Yeah, we definitely had a good time. So we decided to leave a little early before everyone else did so that we don't get caught in traffic. So as we're leaving, I get to a stop sign. I see the officers there. I see the car. So it wasn't like I didn't see them. So when I did see them, I made a complete stop. But they still got behind me due to the location that I was coming from. They pretty much figured, hey, we got one. They threw their sirens on and I was like, oh, here we go. No, they stopped me because I didn't make a complete stop at the stop sign. I knew that I did, but hey, I didn't argue. I wasn't trying to. I was just going to let them do their job so I could go ahead and go home. And of course, they asked, had I been drinking? And I told the truth. I said yes. They gave me a breathalyzer. And of course, they did the flashlight test. And then they asked me to step out of the vehicle so they could perform more roadside tests on me. They did that. And they just told me to stay right there. And they'll come back. And they gave me the breathalyzer again. And as far as I know, in Mississippi, I'm not sure how it is in any other state, but you have to blow a 0.08% or lower. That night, I blew a 0.12. So I was way over the legal limit. And I know some of you are wondering, girl, why did you even get behind the wheel? And I'm about to give you a typical answer that anybody else would say. I didn't feel drunk. Honestly, that was a light drinking night for me because I had, my body was used to it. So that night, I didn't feel as if I had that much to drink. And right now, in this very moment, with me speaking with you guys, I know it's 3 years too late, but hey, I'm still growing and learning. Right now, in this very moment, it has come to me that I actually received my warning before destruction. And I got that warning December 19th of 2016. If any of you have listened to my previous episode called Means to an End, you'll know that I had a very bad accident that should have killed me, according to the nurses at the hospital. But getting back on topic, long story short, they arrested me. They held me for hours, because I want to say we were probably leaving that area no later than 11:30, 11:45. And I was surely thinking I'm stuck in there till Monday. I'm like, what am I going to do? Who's going to keep my kids this weekend? If they give me one phone call, who do I call? What am I supposed to do? I was definitely sure that I was stuck in there till Monday. But luckily, they let me use my phone. And I got in contact with the people that I was with that night. And they came up to the precinct. They got a ride up there to the precinct. They brought my cards and everything. So luckily for me, they eventually took my mug shot and they allowed me to bond out. Y'all, I had to pay that lady $175. Like, a lot of you will be like, oh, girl, that's nothing. $175, that easy. You could have easily paid that. But I wasn't in the best financial situation then. And plus, $175 for something stupid, that is a lot of money to just be thrown away. Like, I just gave this lady $175 to allow me to go home. Like, that's ridiculous, just talking about it. I also want to take this moment and thank the 4 people that stayed there until they released me and got me home safely. So I want to say they let me go about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was asking, so what am I going to do about my car? They're like, oh, well, you have to wait until such and such opens, and they don't open until 8. So, of course, I'm home. I'm tossing and turning. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I eventually fall asleep. I probably only got like 2 hours. And me and my friend, we got up. I was like, look, we got to get up there before they open. I want to be the first one there. I want to go ahead and get my car. The person was running late, but we got there super early because I wanted to be there. I want you to turn on the lights and see me. I'm standing right here. I need my car. Okay, so he brings my car around, and I'm like, dang, y'all done got it all dirty, and I had just got it washed, you know? And then I go inside, and he tells me my total. And I'm looking at him like, are you serious? Y'all, $350 just to get my car out of the impound. So I spent $525 in what? 3-4 hours tops on something that I could have been a little bit more careful, or I could have just stayed my butt at home and not been in this mess. But of course, I didn't. I did it. It needed to happen so that I could be where I am today, speaking to you guys about this that may need help getting through it. Like, it's not easy. So I'm still panicking because I haven't told anybody. Like, I really don't want to tell my mom because I've already disappointed her so much. And it's like, I keep apologizing, but yet I keep messing up. Like, I didn't want to face her. I didn't want to talk to her. Like, she didn't even know. And y'all, I didn't even really want to talk to her when she called. And, you know, I just kind of blamed her. I'm tired. I'm sleepy and this and that. Like, I isolated myself that whole weekend. But Monday morning got here. Baby, I was up. I was on Google. I was trying to figure out a way to get out of this without having to go to court, without it being on my record, without anybody finding out. Because not only that, I mean, I have 2 kids, and I was also thinking like, dang, what are they going to think about me? Mama got a DUI. Will they still think I'm the best mommy in the world? Will I still get that? And it's like all that running through my head. And it's like, come on now, Ashley, you are living for more than just you now. You got to get your act together. I'm not going to say it was easy and I just cleaned up right then, because I did not. So during my searches, I called a few lawyers, and every last one of them told me that it would cost me, I think, $1,500 to $1,700 for them to represent me. And then I needed to pay them an upfront fee of $500. I was like, yeah, I might as well do this by myself. So I called the number on the bottom of my citation. And I'm like, hey, how much is this? Like, can I go ahead and pay for it? And they were like, we can't tell you how much it is for a DUI. The judge would have to determine that. And I was like, oh, so I have to go to court and sit in front of people with this? Like, this is embarrassing. But I got there, and I remember that night before I left, I was told to plead guilty and everything will be all right. Everything will be erased. I didn't trust that. Like, in my head, I was like, just plead guilty, just plead guilty, just plead guilty. Judge got to my name. He asked me how I plead. My mouth said, not guilty. Knowing I was guilty, but I just knew it just had to be a way that I could get around this without it being so bad. So me pleading not guilty, they gave me a little bit more time to try to scrape up some money for a lawyer. Yeah, it didn't work out like that. I did not get a lawyer, and I get, my case goes to trial, and I'm there alone. Nobody in my corner. The judge brought the officers on the stand, and they both told their side. And, I'm just sitting up here like, actually, you probably should have listened. Like, I don't believe that they were trying to steer me wrong. But if I had have known then to say that, because this was, I know one of the officers was in training. So I could have easily had a lawyer take that off of my record. They would have found a way to do that. But I didn't know that, I had a short amount of time to get a lot of research in, and I did not have the money to have those resources on my side. So I just did what I knew that I could do and just go ahead and just suffer the consequences, because like me, I don't have any lawyer experience. I don't know exactly what I need to do in this situation because I've never been in this type of situation until then, but I sat right there in that courtroom, and in most of the people's eyes in there, in their eyes, I was a criminal. And I'm like, that's not me. I'm not that bad, but I had to face the consequences that came behind my actions. So I sat there. I picked my head up. I held it up high. I was like, you did this. Just don't do it again. You make everything right and don't do it again. So the judge took over. And he looked at me, he said, Ms. Dumas, you were supposed to spend at least up to 48 hours in jail. So since you did not do that, I'm putting you on probation for a year. You will have a parole officer. They will discuss with you in the back your paperwork, your fines, and everything else. But if you are back in my courtroom within the next 2 years, you're going to prison. And you would have to serve a minimum of 2 years. And I can't begin to explain how relieved and also scared I was at the same time. Like, I could have pooped my pants, to be honest, because I was like, okay, Ashley, you really got to do right. This man is basically giving you a slap on the wrist. But what are you going to do with that slap on the wrist? Are you going to take advantage of it, or are you actually going to straighten up and fly right? So after that, I get to the back. I'm talking to my PO. So I did receive a healthy amount of fines. Court fine, I had to pay the court fines. I think that was like $500. And then the fines for the DUI was like $1,500. Then they told me I was going to have to take a alcohol education class. That was $200. Then they told me my license would be suspended until after I take that class and I receive my certificate to get my license back. And of course, I was on probation for 1 year. And for that whole year, I wasn't to be around any bars, no liquor stores, or any area where liquor is being served. No traveling outside of Mississippi. So I was stuck, no vacation time. And for my birthday, I love to go out of town. And y'all, I couldn't. So, with that being said, I want to share my experience about the alcohol education class. I ended up getting signed up for the class in November of 2017. And I had to go every Thursday for that month. And the classes were only about maybe an hour or two, I want to say. I can't really remember the length of the class, but $200 for 4 days out of a month for only an hour or two. That is a lot of money to just be throwing away. But in that class, they were going over statistics. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted today. Statistics with us of first offenders. And they said 29% end up getting their second offense within that same year or within the next year. And the person that was up there, the lady that was up there, she said, all of you get used to my face because I will see every last one of you in here again very soon. And in my head, I'm like, nah, sis. Nah, you ain't going to see me because I don't see how I went through my adult life throwing away money like this. This just made me realize how valuable money can be. Like, nah, sis, you ain't going to see me. This it for me. And I meant that. But my actions didn't show that right after. So, it took a few years. Like, I'm a lot better now. A whole lot better. Like, this is 2020 and I can speak on this. Like, I've never hidden the fact that I have a misdemeanor charge. I have a DUI on my record. I've never hidden that, but I've never just really talked about it and talked about how I felt. And like, y'all, I love to travel. And so far, the only country that I know of that I cannot visit right now with this DUI on my record is Canada. I'm okay with that. But if there's another country that I really want to visit, like, I can't go there because I have a DUI. And it's like, I don't know how long this will be on my record. And honestly, I don't even really know if it's on my record. So whenever I do job applications and they tell me, they're going to do a background check, I don't have to volunteer that information because it's a misdemeanor and they mostly ask about felony charges. But I go ahead and put it out there because if it is on my background check, I don't want you to feel like I'm a liar just because I did not give you that information. But so far, this has not affected me in any way of getting employment as of now. And during my research a couple of days ago, I noticed that, I saw where I could get in contact with someone that would check my background and see if that shows up. But it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it being on there because I'm going to tell people about it. It's not something that I'm ashamed of anymore. I did that. I've learned from it. I've taken care of all my business. My fines are paid. I am free. So this isn't something that I am ashamed of anymore. And that's why I wanted to come to you guys and talk about it and hopefully help someone that is going through it and having a tough time. And like some things that you could do to seek help if you honestly feel like you have an alcohol problem. Of course, think about rehab or seek a support group. Like that's a good route. And, if you're trying to change your ways and find new hobbies, definitely find new hobbies or go back to hobbies that make you happy that do not include drinking or smoking, whatever got you in your situation. And also apologize to your friends and family, the people around you that it affected, and also apologize to yourself and accept that you got this conviction. It's not going anywhere. Accept it and move on from it. And another thing I want to tell you, if you just got a DUI and this is your first offense and you don't know if you should get an attorney or not, baby, get an attorney. Get an attorney. Let them go over the police records. Get one. Get one. Like, find the money to get one. You're going to need it. It will definitely help you out in the long run. because I'm pretty sure you don't want to pay as much money as I did. That was probably like, what, $3,000 or $4,000 I paid within a year? Do you not know what I could have done with that? Ooh. But I guess it's kind of good because I wasn't good with handling money then either. But, I made things shake here and there. I never really went without. So, I hope this was very helpful to someone. If you would like to stay plugged in or catch up on some previous episodes, you can find me on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Google Podcasts, and a few more at I Am Her. I also post all my audio on YouTube at Audaciously Ashley. And to stay updated, you can follow my social media, my Facebook, and my Instagram at audaciously_me_. I'll be speaking with you guys again next week. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.